Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back again to Cannon Fodder TV, the channel for Arsenal fans. I've got chocolate stuck in my mouth. Yeah, the channel for Arsenal fans that you're all over this world. More chocolate stuck in my mouth. Oh, I'm so rude, aren't I? Yes, we've got 4 parts of the whole news segments kind of running on this show over here. We've got some Aliko Dangote news. We've got some news about Eddie Nketiah. We've got some news about Gabriel Jesus and some other bits and pieces kind of sandwich in between. A sandwich? I haven't had one of those in a long time. See you on the other side of this music intro. Yes, indeed. Welcome back again to Cannon Fodder TV, the channel for Arsenal fans that you all over this world. You might have noticed I'm using a different kind of format over here. I'm trying something different. This is a platform I've been using for almost 5 years now. Almost 5 years. And we've been using something different. I've gone back to this original one because of these three people over here. I'm just trying something different. Let me know your thoughts. And actually, you might notice as well that the live chat is restricted only to subscribers. There is a particular reason for that. I might tell you towards the end of this show over here. Right, you can subscribe. Well, ideally, like it, just the like button. Just click the like button. That's all you have to do. We're not about to beg you. We're not about to beg you. Also, come into a live chat if you are a subscriber. Let us know your thoughts about Aliko Dangote, Eddie Nketiah, Gabriel Jesus, and some other bits and pieces I just can't remember now. Can't remember off the top of my head. Anyhow, let's get into the first news segment of this afternoon. And where is he? Where is he? Where's he gone? He's gone. There he is. Aliko Dangote. Remember? Yeah, I think we spoke about him. I mean, maybe for the 10th time. Yeah, has been Africa's richest man for the last 11 years. Billionaire. Has really spoken about wanting to buy Arsenal. Oh, cool. We're still waiting, man. We're still waiting. Anyhow, his billions seem to have improved somewhat since we last spoke about in January. Aliko Dangote's sugar business profile surpasses £100 million in 2020, according to a report. Yes, his refinery posted a strong net profit of back in 2022, taking his earnings to their peak level ever on the back of a huge leap in sales. Now, the shares in the company jumped from 9.9% to, what's this, in Lira, 19.35 in Lagos on Thursday, the highest in 52 weeks after the audit results were released. So the reason why I'm talking about this is that I've not heard anything about Aliko Dangote. Now, I'm not trying to stir up anything. Am I trying to stir up something? Am I trying to stir something up? Am I trying to stir something up? Silent Stan. What I would say is that we have gone very, very quiet, haven't we? Very quiet. Everything is so wonderful. Arsenal top the league. We've forgotten about the furrow, remember the Super League? They tried to sneak that one behind our back. We still don't have fan representation on the board. So the reason why I'm saying this about Aliko Dangote, come and save us, mate. You got billions. You can spare a few billions to buy Arsenal. No? Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah. Aliko Dangote, he ain't coming to Arsenal, man, anytime soon. Let's talk about the last 3 years. Aliko Dangote coming to Arsenal to buy Arsenal? He's not. He is not. But let me know your thoughts about Aliko Dangote. Are you happy with the current incumbent, the current owner of Arsenal, Silent Stan? Or have you forgiven him and his son Josh? Have you forgiven Silent Stan and Josh Kroenke? I think you guys have, haven't you? You guys have forgotten. Short memories, man. I'm like an elephant. I don't remember a lot of stuff, but I remember the important stuff, apart from holidays and birthdays and wedding anniversaries. Anyhow, all right. The second news segment, this is not good news, actually. And I didn't realize this. I did not realize this. Apparently, our striker, Our striker, yes, our striker, Eddie Nketiah, sent a message on social media after suffering an ankle, well, actually not an ankle, but an injury setback. I love that term, an injury setback. Nketiah has been playing through injury for a number of games. It's confirmed by the Gunners' boss, Mikel Arteta, but set out Saturday's 3-2 dramatic win over Bournemouth entirely. Now, that has sparked concerns over a fresh problem for the forward who has replaced Gabriel Jesus as Arsenal's lead striker whilst Brazilian recovers from knee injury. Now, according to this report, the Evening Standard has reported that Nketiah missed the Bournemouth clash with, actually, it was an ankle injury, with the 23-year-old expected to miss this Thursday's Europa League fixture against Sporting Lisbon. Is also said to be a doubt for the Premier League match against Fulham on Sunday. The forward will be a big miss for Arteta, with the Spaniards still waiting on Jesus to return. It's funny, isn't it? One in, one out. One out, one in. Oh, my goodness. Probably going to miss 3 games. And I know we've been asked, well, I've been asked this question, that if, and it's been realised now, if an Eddie Nketiah suffers an injury, would I play Gabriel Martinelli in that central strike role? Of course I would. Well, but what about you? Would you? Would you chance it? Eddie Nketiah ain't playing anytime soon, man. Gabriel Jesus, I know literally he warmed up on Saturday, didn't he? You know, the Bournemouth game, but didn't play. He's still a way to go. He's still away before being fully fit. But would you play a Gabriel Martinelli in that central strike row there? Because, yeah, Eddie Nketiah is out with an ankle injury. Oh, my goodness. Thin numbers, man. Numbers are thin. Yeah. Talk about thin numbers and strike force and what have you. Reiss Nelson. There's some latest news in regards to Reiss Nelson. He's attracting interest from Brighton and Nice. Not nice. Nice. With Arsenal contract set to expire in the summer, according to reports. The winger has become somewhat of a cult hero this season, thanks to his game-changing contribution in just a handful of appearances. Now, to date, Reiss Nelson has 3 goals and 2 assists in just 3 Premier League matches, including a 97-minute winner and a 3-2 win over Bournemouth on Saturday. Yet, despite his heroics, this could well be Nelson's last season at the Emirates with the contract up in the summer. Recurring thigh injury has limited his game time for his boyhood club, Arsenal, we know. It's a competition for places in the starting 11 with the likes of Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, Leandro Trossard ahead of him in the pecking order. Now, with that in mind, the 23-year-old could still well look to play elsewhere in the future with several clubs, including West Ham, previously linked with the signing of the former England youth international. Now, what we did, we put out a poll? I think we did put out a poll, didn't we? Now, what was the poll? I've forgotten. What was the poll question? The poll question, I believe, would you offer Reiss Nelson a new contract extension? We have received 1,000, I believe it or not, I kid not, 1,500 votes, 17 comments, and 86 likes on this one. Well, you people, are you crazy? Are you crazy? But thank you for that. We do appreciate that. 1,500 votes, 17 comments, and 86 likes. Now, on reading this report there about, Reiss Nelson being like a cult hero since his heroics on Saturday, a cult hero, really? Is he a cult hero? Just because he scored a 97-minute, winner? Maybe not. But listening and reading this report here, where it could be coveted by some other Premier League clubs, I've got no time for sentiments, really. I know literally those comments I've read there, people are literally just saying, well, you know what? We need to sell him. Or, do you know what? We need to keep him. I'm on the side where we probably need to sell him. Yeah. No, there's no room for sentiments. I am absolutely sorry. But Reiss Nelson, much like we might have to come to that point where, if Emerson Road consistently have injuries, we might have to consider his position as well. Players are no use to us if they're always going to be injured. You might say, well, actually, Alex, yeah, well, Alex, yeah, Thomas Partey, yeah, so what? So what? The guy is no use to us. We've got 12 games to go. Now, can you imagine, can you envisage, can you visualize a Thomas Partey not getting injured in the next remaining 12 games? And Europa League as well. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Do we have an insurance policy? Do we have a player who can play like him? I'm not saying, Thomas Partey, because Thomas Partey, there's only one Thomas Partey. But players, no, I'm sorry. I love Reece Nelson. I love Emil Smith-Rowe, but there might have to come a point where we have to say, actually, you know what? Thank you so very much for your service, but we can't have players on the wage bill but not able to stay injury-free. It can't happen. It's not charity. This is business. Business. Ruthless? Yeah. But I love Reece Nelson. Cult hero? Not for me. Not for me. But if you're asking me now, Alex, which way you're voting, would you offer him a contract extension? For me, it would have to be a no. Sorry. And actually, on the back of that, just talking about Eddie and Nketiah, the comeback kids. Yeah, Gabriel Jesus. Will travel with the squad for the Sporting Lisbon tie as his comeback edges closer. Arsenal fans have been handed a boost in their hopes to see Gabriel Jesus back in action. Gabriel Jesus is reportedly set to travel with Arsenal squad this week as they face Sporting Lisbon in the first leg of the Europa League last 16 tie. The Brazilian has been out of action since early December, but his return to the pitch appears to be edging closer. So, we kind of ended on a fairly good note. Don't be so downcast. Yeah. Sorry, Reece Nelson. Love you, man. But sentiments, we don't have no room for sentiments, man. This is a business, isn't it? Big business. Bucks, the yen, the euro, the dollar, the pound, and all the other, currencies in the world. But it's money, isn't it? If that product is not doing what it's supposed to do, it's no use, is it? That product there. I'm thinking, and actually, I bought a new car a couple of weeks ago, and I've had problems with it. Lovely looking car, had problems thinking, well, it might come to a point, inside a week, I might have to return the car. It's no use. No use. Reece Nelson, love you to bits, but, start here, start there, then stop because you've got an injury, and then a start here is no use to us. And don't get me wrong, I love Reece Nelson, but we don't have any space for sentiments. There's no room for that. I don't want to compare Mikel Arteta to Pep Guardiola or Pep Guardiola to Mikel Arteta. Pep is ruthless. And you might say, well, actually, he's dictated to. They tell him who to buy. They tell him who to sell. It might be, but at the end of the day, he has the final say. Ruthless. That's all I'm going to say. I think we have come to the last segment. That was it. That's it. The last segment just went, just like that. Inside 15 minutes. Yes. So what I want to do, what am I going to do? I'm going to quickly check our Twitter feed. Twitter feed, if there's been any comments there, they've been responded. Right, okay. Someone's just here responding. Aliko Dangote. Let sleeping dogs lie. Well, I guess it was an English fella. I guess you're lucky with the current status quo with the owner. We have short memories, man. We have short memories. I was there all the protests almost 2 seasons ago, the official ones and the unofficial ones. You can't be so short-sighted. Just because there's a slight upturn, we've not won any major trophies. We won the FA Cup, but no major trophies. I'm like an elephant, man. I remember all those things there, man. Aliko Dangote, why not? Why not? But thank you for that comment there, English fella. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. All righty. All right. Okay. And Carol J says, better the devil you know. We're sticking with Kroenke. Careful what you wish for. Okay, well, yeah, I'm just what am I saying? I'm saying, why not? I mean, Stan's been with us since how long? Do you remember the Super League? You guys forget about that, don't you? Try to sneak that one upon us without even watching. And we still don't have fan representation on the board. We don't have it. Wouldn't you like that? A fan or two fans, just representing us, the people, we, the people, know the people, me, the people. I tried. All right, so thank you for those comments still on our Twitter feed. Now, I can go again back into the poll question that we asked about Reece Nelson. Would you offer Reece Nelson a contract extension? For me, it's no. Let's have a look here. So again, read out the numbers: 1,500 votes. Oh my goodness, thank you. 17 comments and 86 likes. Let's aim for 100 likes in this one. Let's aim for 100 likes. So these are how the numbers are falling. So 8% of you, and I would have voted in that 8%ers, say no. No, I would have been in that segment there. And of course, 92 on the other side say actually, but you would give Reece Nelson a new contract extension. Good luck to you. All right. So now we can go into a live chat and see who was joining us on this one. Remember, the live chat is only open to subscribers. So if you're not a subscriber, but you would like to comment, you have to become a subscriber. Can't just sit there looking at my happy face and thinking, that fella he's handsome, isn't he? Anyway. All right, so let's go to your live chat. I've got Ashley D says, hey up, goodness, and hey up to you as well, Ashley. Tiganosaurus, thank you for the comments you put on the show yesterday. I did with James Rowe. Yeah, well, we try and stick to our word. And I did say last week that we would respond to your questions, and we did that yesterday. And also thank you for that snippet, the link. Actually, I've responded to your message in WhatsApp. Yeah, I was thinking, how did Tiganosaurus get my number? But I remembered why. But good afternoon to you. Aliko said he was going to finish the projects before thinking about buying Arsenal. His projects take a long time. Yeah. Meanwhile, he's earning a lot of money. A lot of money. Yeah. DWTT, yes. Alex, you have a big spoon. I'm only asking the question, DWTT. I'm only asking the question. Isn't the time now for a new owner at Arsenal? Now that we're in the ascendancy, we're going in the right direction for the time being. Yeah, I mean, when you're in a job, don't you want to leave the job when you're on a high, not when you're low, when people say, that person, he was never good anyway, or she was never good anyway. Good riddance to bad rubbish. I'm not talking about myself. Get out, go. Don't you want to leave on a high? Stan Kroenke, doesn't you not want to leave on a high? Just ask a question. Only asking a question. Is this the same guy who brought out Bracewell Smith shares when there was a boardroom struggled with Kroenke as one of who wanted to buy shares in Arsenal? Yeah, those people had small shares. They were obligated to sell their shares, isn't it? Yeah, I'll say no, nothing more than that. Anyway, Alex, I clicked a no button. Oh, yeah, me too. Nelson contract. He is not consistent enough to let him go. Yeah, let him go. On the point on Nketiah injury, the medical department were trying to keep it quiet as it was only supposed to be out for 2 matches, but the injury was much more than they expected. Yeah, I kind of found it strange that he wasn't featured on the bench. And I got my little bells ringing, ding, 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 ding. My spider senses were telling me, there's something up, Alex. Ding, 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 ding. Yes. Oh, dear me. Injuries, man. Injuries could play our part for the remainder of the season. Goodness. As the 5 bookings rule will end in March. So if you get a red card, then the suspension stands. And that's the other thing as well, isn't it, Emerson? I'm here just talking about the injuries. Players are not consistent enough because they're consistently injured, but you're talking about suspensions. That's something else, isn't it, as well? Oh, my goodness. Does Jesus traveling mean he potentially will get game time as he's not been doing a full training with the squad? I would hope not. I think having him travel with the squad will probably give like a motivation to the squad. But I don't think, I hope not, I don't think he will play. Does that make sense? Go in there as a motivator, but not as a player. Yeah, I wouldn't think they would chance that, but you never know with this lot. If Trossard was not brought, then Balogun would have to have been brought back, right? I don't think they would panic. I think when Arteta's been asked a question about, Balogun, he's always said that he's doing a good job, like Tavares, isn't it? Nuno Tavares is doing a great job in France as well, but he's never spoken about Pepe, has he? Nico Pepe. Oh, but has he been asked questions about Nico Pepe? I don't think he has. But I don't think they would have panicked. They wouldn't have said, "Oh, you know what? Oh, we need to bring back Florian Balogun. Please bring it back now. Make the phone call." I don't think they would have done that. I think they would just remain cool, calm, and collected and say, "Well, let's see how this one plays out, and then maybe we'll go into a transfer market." But I don't think they would have even thought about bringing back Balogun. What's your thoughts on our defense? The last 6 matches, they look vulnerable. They do look vulnerable. They do. And I think it's probably down to William Saliba, who's looked relatively solid, but the last couple of games are looking a little bit shaky. Whereas with Gabriel Magalhães, you're thinking, he might make a mistake. We're not sure. He might get turned over. He might commit a foul in a dangerous area. So I think that's been the difference. William Saliba is looking a little bit fragile. And then you think, oh my goodness, the 2 CBs, they're looking fragile. But yeah. I'm happy with the defense we have there. We've got so many options. What I'm thinking about, Tired, is what's going to happen to Kieran Tierney. That's what concerns me. A defender who knows how to defend, really. Plays for percentages, none of the silliness, in dangerous areas there. If it needs to go long, he hits it long. If it needs to go out, he hits it out. But that's who I'm concerned about. But the CBs, I'm relatively happy with them. I think I put a comment in did I put a comment in? The Big Sunday show. Sometimes I think we can be too overly critical about the players. They're not machines. They're not going to perform to the optimum every single game because they're humans. No 2 matches are the same. You can't get a player thinking the same way for 2 matches, much less 38 games in a season. But the defense, I wouldn't be looking to upgrade defense. I think we've got enough options in the right back, the CBs, Kiowa. We've got Jacob Kiowa, who, for me, I don't think I would like to see him in the Europa League. Left back, we've got options. So, they are looking a little bit shaky, but it's a long old season, isn't it, with 12 games to go. Yeah. Lynn, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Alex. What is your vote on Arteta? My vote on Arteta? I haven't got a vote on Arteta. Vote. Do you want me to start voting on Arteta? What do you mean, vote on Arteta? There is no vote on Arteta. Do we have a vote on Arteta? We don't have any vote on Arteta. I could start one, though. Tenny will be gone in the summer. I would be sad because I don't think he's done anything wrong. When he came from Celtic, he came with an injury. And I think when he went on a friendly international duty, he came back and felt something in his knee. Again, another player, been plagued with injuries, possibly. No room for sentiments. But he's not done anything outrageously wrong. He's just lost his position, hasn't he? In that left back position. occupied by Zinchenko, left back, wing back. Alex, I would like to just say our players played well against Everton. 4-0. Yeah, to the Arsenal. 4-0 to the Arsenal. We must rotate the defense just to give them game time to boost their confidence. Well, then if you're asking for rotation, I mean, another player to me who gets a tough time by the fan base, sections of the fan base, is Rob Holding. I love Rob Holding. Love him, man. He can still do a job for us. Still does a job. Well, maybe one of the oldest now, at least in the defense. So if you're talking about rotation, who do we bring in to give one or two members in the defense a break? And we're going into the Europa League. Didn't Arteta say that players have to be prepared to play 70 plus games in one season? I was thinking, Arteta, man, you don't know what you're talking about. You have played the sport. You should know better than that. Wear and tear, players go off form, suspensions. 70 plus games in a season. Come on, man. Come on. Why has Tommy lost confidence as he play is not to his eye of standards? I have no idea. I think when we played that game, was it against Brentford when he got turned over quite a few times? It happens, doesn't it? It happens. And this is where I'm going to be super critical of a Mikel Arteta and his coaching or management style. So let's just say, for example, we've got a game on Saturday. So you got all the other days. You got the Monday, the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and maybe, I don't know, Friday at latest. So you got all those days there to prepare the players. And come game time, you're still on the sideline shouting instructions at the players. That would drive me nuts. I'm not going to bang on about, I played football. I did play football, but I never played to a high standard. Played at county level standard. And my coaches never shouted instructions whilst we were playing. Why? Because they had trust in us. They prepared us. So if you are a coach or a manager who prepares your players for the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and come Saturday, you're shouting at your players, that tells me that you don't trust your players. So if you don't trust your players, don't play the player. It would drive me absolutely insane. I'd be like, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to what do you want me to do? Arteta, I'm playing now. What you told us during the week that so, and by that time the attacker's gone past me and scored a goal. It would drive these players insane. So I think with a Tommy Asu, that could be part and parcel of what's happening there, because he's doing literally what he's paid to do, but then he's still got Arteta barking the orders from the sidelines. It would drive me insane. God, my goodness. Anyhow, Alex, you have Arteta, as I have come in late. I was wondering what he was doing. What are you doing there? What are you doing? No, I was just trying something different. Just trying a different background, just to see what kind of reaction I've got. Well, you can't see down there, but I've got Bukayo Saka there. I might change it up from time to time, but I thought, let me just try it. Just try it for just see how it feels. See how it feels. Because back in the day, I did used to do this silly thing in the background. But yeah, I've only got him. I'm trying to remember. I've got him there just as a background, just to see the kind of reaction. Alex Leno didn't do anything wrong. He had an Achilles heel. His Achilles heel was he couldn't deal with crosses. You remember Southampton? Southampton a few, was it 2-3 seasons ago? In the high balls, he couldn't cope. And apart from that, he wanted first team football. Oh, in steps in Ramsdale. Anyhow, Arteta Edu just wanted a different Kieran Tierney is in the same scenario. Zinchenko is what Arteta wants. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Players who he asks and demands that they do something, they perform in different roles. I mean, you look at Zinchenko. I'm thinking, well, Matt, you play everywhere apart from left back, Zinchenko. Everywhere on the pitch apart from the left back. You're supposed to be playing left back. Actually, no. Arteta wants you playing all over the gaff, isn't it? Everywhere. But that's a good point, DWTT. That's a really good point. Holding cannot replace our CBs, just like Kieran Tierney. His skill set doesn't give Arteta confidence, and he doesn't trust him to close out games. Yes, but back to back multiple games. Yeah, but you say that, but Emerson is calling for rotation. We're going to have to rotate. That's why we have a squad, DWTT. That is why we have a squad. So come cup games and league games and this and that and the other. It's a long old season, and that's only in the Premier League, 38 games. And I'm just saying because Emerson put at the point that Arteta is going to have to rotate the squads. You know what? In Holding, I trust. In Rob Holding, I trust. 22 lovely goodness here. So let's get 22 thumbs up. Thank you for that, Ashley D. I think the 11 to start on Thursday will be what's that? What do you mean? Holding, Tomiyasu, Kieran Tierney. Yeah. Vieira, I've heard that as well. Erdegaard and Partey, front three. Saka, Martinelli, Reece Nelson, and goalkeeper Matt Turner. Yeah, most likely Matt Turner will be, or Tina Turner will be in goal. Yeah, but rotation, Emerson has not come back. Emerson, you need to come back in the live chat and tell me. So you asked for a rotation, at least in the defense. Who do we play in the defense? At least in the CBs, anyway. The CBs. Not Partey, Jorginho. Right. Okay. Gotcha. I gotcha. Right. Going to run for a few more minutes before we wrap up this one. Right. Thank you for that. Any more comments before we wrap up this one? The comments on the Twitter just made me laugh, man. Better the devil that you know. Sometimes. I'm just asking the question. Is it not high time, right time that we have a new owner now? Is it not high time, right time, night time? I know, maybe Aliko Dangote could come in and offer back bucket loads of money to the Kronkes. No? Is it high time, right time, night time? Again, I'm just asking the question. I'm only asking the question, but DWTT seems to think that I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to stir it up. I'm not stirring it up, man. I'm just asking the question. Stirring it up? I don't. Well, yeah. Anyhow, just a few more before we wrap up this one. So Emerson's come back and says Kiowa needs to get a chance. As 45 minutes is under 21, does not show what he can do. And Gabriel or Saliba need a break. What about not with Saliba? What about Bukayo Saka? Does he not need a break? Does he not need a break? He's been needing a break for the last 3 seasons. Just asking the question, man. Asking the question. We've got the fan cast. Well done, keep it up, Desmond. Thank you for that, my friends. Yeah, am I stirring? I'm not stirring it up, man. All right, a few more. Any more questions before I do finish this one? Aliko Dangote, God damn me. Oh dear, I just asking a question. Maybe it could be the time and the place. New owner. In steps Aliko Dangote with all his billions. He's billions. And it's funny, he has been saying over the last, 4 years that he will come in to get Arsenal once his projects have finished. Well, his projects must have finished by now. No? Again, I'm just asking a question. I'm not stirring up anything. I'm just asking a question. Yeah. Let's have a look here. Aliko Dangote. My goodness. What else? Last few. Oh, have I missed one here? Sorry. No, I haven't. Have I? Afternoon, the assemble. He says, afternoon, Alex, and the chat room. In my opinion, Tierney leaving is not a positive, as a rotating the squad is important, but so is variety of the types of players in the squad. I absolutely and completely agree with you. It would be an oddity. Yeah, and a little bit sad. You know, Tierney. I know he struggled when he moved from Scotland down to London. He was homesick. And then he suffered the indignity of having, I think, two of his friends, taking their lives. Yeah, it must be a tough situation for Kieran Tierney. But for me, he's not done anything wrong. But squad depth. DWTT says, great show. That was a good show. Thank you. But I'm still not stirring it up. Oh dear. Remember to click subscribe. Just click the like button. Thank you. Yes, but the boss is having faith with him and no one else. That's a good point. You missed my last comment on Arteta. I didn't see your comment about Arteta. Oh, he didn't come up here. Oh, yeah, sorry. I've been calling for rotation since Arteta arrived, but still I'm screaming. He won't play players who don't give him confidence, and he won't give them chances, a double-edged sword. But you talk about the word confidence, but like I said a few moments ago, if you're talking to and you're coaching the players, prepping them for the games ahead for that week, and then come game time, you're still shouting at them, to me, that shows that you don't trust the players. So if you can't trust the players, don't play those players. You might end up with just 5 players. But it would drive me nuts. You've told me what to do on the Monday when we went training. Tuesday, you told me the same thing. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And on Saturday, you still tell me the same thing. It would drive me insane. Goodness. Kilwa is new. Oh, right. Kilwa. Last few, I do need to finish this one. Okay. I do think that if we were to have a new owners, in my opinion, we need to be bringing in owners like Newcastle to compete with powers of those consortiums. But Lynn, I had this discussion with, I think I've just seen Tony come in there, and we've shown that we really don't have to compete with them, because we've not even spent nowhere near the amount of money that they've spent in the last 2-3 transfer windows. And where do we sit? We sit on top of the Premier League, having spent almost next to nothing compared to a Newcastle, compared to a Man United, compared to a Liverpool. So for me, I'm just saying that I think it's time we have a new owner. And I'm just saying as well that people's memories are so short. A couple of seasons ago, the Super League, they tried to sneak that one upon us. And now we're forgiving them. We haven't won any major honours just yet. Oops. Even Alex Jesus is back. Yeah, he's back. He's back. All right, guys. I do have to end this one. I'll read this last two. It's about every player being exactly like the player they have replaced when they come on. Good point. Big praise for Georgina for coaching the team from the touchline on Saturday. Excellent point. I read that, was it yesterday evening, that he wasn't only just there making up the numbers. He was there gearing up the players, not shouting at them, but yeah. I kind of forgiven Georgina for being a ex-Chelsea player. I kind of forgiven him. He's still got 30% of the way to go. But yeah, that's good to hear that he was encouraging the players. Right, last one before I wrap up this one. The Cronkies are backing Arteta 110% at this moment in time, as long as they are still providing the same backing for him in the next 2 windows. Good point. Excellent point. Do you know what, people? I have to end this one, but thank you so very much to you for listening to me gassing on about Arsenal. So on the day we find out Aliko Dangote ain't coming to Arsenal, man. He's not coming to Arsenal. He's not coming to Arsenal. And Gabby Jesus will be travelling with the squad to the Sporting Lisbon game, Europa League game, Thursday. Eddie Nketiah injured, out possibly for three games. Who's going to step into his shoes? Well, only he can. But who would you like to see in that central striking role? Would it be a Martinelli? Who else can it be? Are we about to recall Balogun? I don't think so. I don't think so. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Anyhow, we are finished on this one. Again, I said you don't have to subscribe. It will make my heart sing if you just click the like button. That's all you've